We're going to move on and talk more about what we're doing here. Tyler High School, they're on the road. They're taking on a winless team in Cleburne.
Okay.
And last week they won 24-7. What was interesting about that game was Joshua. They really don't have a passing attack. They ran the ball most of the game, and they killed like 8 minutes of the first quarter. So the first time Tyler got the ball, there was like three and a half minutes left to play. And even then it was 3 and out. They got the ball right back. But the defense played lights out. That's why it was a 7-0 game at the half. And then in the second half, the offense kind of found their groove and would score 24 unanswered. So I asked Coach Woods, when you're preparing, actually the way I prefaced it was, being a coach, it's got to be tough to tell your guys, don't pay attention to that winless record. Because human nature, they got these guys. Human nature, especially when you're that age.
It's just 100%. You got all that testosterone.
We got this.
Boy,
we got this.
You want to talk a big game.
Yeah.
But you get a little too confident, and that can really wreck a team.
And that's what he and I opened the conversation about. And here's what he had to say.
We haven't actually had that conversation. So we talked a little bit this morning about making sure that they know what it takes to at least the bare minimum to make the playoffs, right? And so we know we need 2 more games to get that done. This and how important this game is coming up. And so got to get that done. Take it 1 week at a time and continue to get better. There was some mistakes even in the last week's win that we've got to find a way as a team and as a coaching staff to keep getting better, and that's where our mind is.
Although you guys were down only 7-0 at the half, your defense was in this game from beginning to end.
Yeah, the defense really played well. That first drive, they took almost 9 minutes off the clock. Our offense only had 11 snaps total, which really hindered our ability to score any points. I mean, and so you fumble the ball, or you don't convert on 4th down, and you're in a situation now where, second half, where we got to get to work because we may not. If we had another 11 snaps and we had 22 snaps in the game, then we only had 32 snaps total anyway. And so efficiently in the second half, we were lights out. But, boy, we got to get started a lot earlier than that.
See, his concern, as it's been most of the season, is the offense not getting off to a fast start, and he's been dealing with that for a little while. And then yet in the second half, they're lights out and they're doing their thing. It's a team that lives on the edge sometimes, and I think he told me they had like a total of, because they break down the possessions or number of times you have the ball. I think they had 32 possessions, which is not a whole lot. And compared to what Joshua was doing, was keeping the offense on the sideline, chewing the clock, and by running about 98%. They threw 3 passes. This team did. Now this is different. This is different than when Marshall came in and scored on every touchdown, because they had a mixed balance. They had a mixed balance of throwing and running. Plus, every time they had the ball, they scored. But that wasn't the case with Joshua. Every time they had the ball, with that one exception where they scored the touchdown, they had a hard time trying to, take on the defense of Tyler High School. And so at halftime, as Coach told me, we had some choice words. And I thought that was funny, but he didn't smile. He didn't crack a smile. I'm thinking, Coach, that was a funny line you just said. But
He said, this isn't a joke.
It's right. Well, I'll tell you what. I think they got the only reason why they have their work cut out for them is to believe that you can do this. And whatever you did last week in the fourth quarter, the third and fourth quarter, you just pick up where you left off.